everyone, Orange here. Welcome back to another video. Welcome to the finale video for my May 2016 TOA Hard series. This is TOA Hard Floor 100, Ath'taros. This is the first time I've ever beaten TOA Hard 100, so I'm super excited to be making this video. My previous best high score for TOA Hard was 92, so I've been working on TOA Hard for a couple months now, like really pushing up into the higher floors, so I'm finally here on 100. Yes, it feels so good. I am going to pop the legendary scroll tomorrow in my Path to Decency episode 21, so keep a lookout for that legendary scroll. I always summon in my Path to Decency videos at the end any mysticals I gather that week from farming Kairos dungeons, so keep a lookout for that. So, I have to give a huge thanks to this other YouTuber who goes by the name of Siliwangi Summoner's War. Not sure if I pronounced that right. I'm going to link the video of him doing this floor and his YouTube channel down below. So he basically pretty much gave me this team idea. Well, I found his video, and I was going through videos looking at what different people used, so I looked at his team and I said, I have that team, let me try it. So I watched his video, and I'm so sorry I don't have the first two waves recorded. I just got kind of lazy and didn't record them, even though I probably should have. They took a long time, but I would highly suggest, if you're going to try this team, watch Siliwangi's video, because he shows how he passed the first two waves, so I just followed his strategy exactly. For the first wave, you pretty much focus down the fire succubuses first, and then for the second wave, you focus down the Vanessas, the fire Valkyrias. So that's what I did, and I got to this floor. Of course, the first two waves did require some RNG, because the first two waves are quite difficult, but you also have to keep in mind that my team, this is the first time I've ever gotten to 100 and passed it, so my runes are kind of lacking a little bit for TOA Hard. Once again, I did have to get that RNG, but this month and next month and pretty much for a while, I'm going to be heavily focusing on improving the runes on my TOA Hard units, because I just want TOA Hard to be easier and pretty much like on farm mode from here on out. So, as you guys know, since I started playing, I usually like focus in on what I want to work on. So right now I'm really focusing heavily on TOA Hard because in my opinion that's where I need to be right now in the timeline of progression. So that's what I'm going to be working on, and hopefully the next clears will be easier. So let's play the video. Okay, I'll talk a little bit about what happened to make me decide to use this team. So I pretty much talked to only one of my other friends about how to beat 100 because he's been doing some research on how to beat 100 too. Well, I don't know if he's done research, but he kind of knows. So he basically told me it's the Elder Priest of my guild. That's the title that he wants me to call him. So he kind of told me that there's two ways to beat this floor. Either manipulating the boss's attack bar and the crystal's attack bars, or you kind of just tank it out with Brienne as a reser and then it takes like an hour or something. So I didn't really want to try the Brienne strategy because, let's be honest here, that doesn't sound like a very manly strategy to be doing for this floor, just taking an hour or longer to complete this whole level, and I just didn't think that it was very realistic, so I kind of felt that the attack bar thing would be better. So I tried a couple of different teams before I finally got to this one. So I went back and tried my old TOA normal team, which was like Shannon. It was like Beretta, Vero, Bernard, Shannon, and Bella. And I tried my good old strategy of killing both crystals, then the boss, but that didn't really work out because he just did too much damage to me. So I was kind of like, okay, that didn't really look like it worked too well, so let's go ahead and try some attack bar manipulating strategies. So I ended up, it's kind of hard to decide who would basically boost my attack bar more, either Spectra or Verd. Sometimes not Spectra, Bernard or Verd. Sometimes I found that Bernard creates more turns compared to Verd in certain circumstances. but I found that Verd was better for this floor. So the team that I tried before this one was Beretta, Verd, Bella, and then Hua and Arya. So that team worked really well. It made the first 2 waves pretty easy. They still required RNG. Actually, I wouldn't say pretty easy. I would probably say easier, but still very difficult. Arya helps with that glancing hit and then her sleep. So I managed to get to the boss with that team, but I was finding that I could not really keep up too well with the attack bar pushbacks on the boss and the right crystal. So I pretty much just let the left crystal do whatever. And I managed to get the boss down to 15% HP, and then my phone crashed. But the run looked very sketchy. The boss got a couple of turns. He got like 3 or 4 turns on that 15% HP run with Arya instead of Spectra. And I was like, okay, that wasn't very clean anyways, so whatever. I mean, I kind of wished that I cleared it that time, but it's okay because I managed to clear it with a better team, I think, so it's like a better video for you guys, and I wanted it to be cleaner anyways because it's kind of not the best when you just squeak by a win. It's kind of like, should that really have happened or what? So I knew since that Arya team was so successful, I knew if I just had Spectra in there, if I can get Spectra to the boss, that it would be successful, because I was just having a little bit of trouble keeping up with the attack bar pushbacks, especially when RNG is not in your favor, your Hua doesn't push back, and your Beretta misses his attack bar reset. Then RNG does not help you. I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, I knew if Beretta would make it, him with Hua and Beretta would pretty much guarantee a successful run. The only problem was actually getting Spectra to the boss because the first 2 waves were so challenging. So I wasn't really sure if I needed RNG or what, but I have to give a huge thanks again to Silawangi SW because I followed his strategy of focusing down the fire succubuses on the first wave and then focusing down the Valkyrias. So along with some good RNG and also very good gameplay, you know, I can't give all the credit to RNG, I gotta give some credit to myself. I used the right skills and all that stuff. So with a little bit of everything, I finally made it to the boss. So this was the boss run, and you guys did see at the beginning the boss did get a turn, so I got super lucky. He didn't use his big like AoE thing, so I also have to be thankful for that. Even if he did, I would have tried again. So, yeah. I mean, I had to beat this dude. I was on it. This is the first time I've been on 100. I gotta beat it. So, I was pretty much splitting up my pushbacks between the right crystal and the boss. The left crystal I just kind of let do whatever. Sometimes it can kind of mess you up a little bit because of, you know, if you need to heal real badly but you can't that turn. You'll see me kind of rotate between who is attack bar resetting what. Usually Hua was on boss duty, but sometimes I would have to switch her over to the crystal because she was getting too low, or because that's just kind of how it worked out. And some of these times it got pretty close, like you'll see one of their attack bars will get like pretty high and then I'll be like, oh my god, no, I'm struggling. Spectra's like super useful on this floor. My Spectra is built pretty much like a tanky defensive Spectra, so if you build yours with more offensive stats, then he can chunk that boss out. So I knew once I got Spectra to the boss that I would have an easy time, but I probably underestimated that a little bit because the boss got a turn and it wasn't as easy as I thought because some of these attack bars got pretty full and it got like kind of scary. So like I said before, I am going to heavily prioritize my rune quality on these units specifically for the next Ath'taros rotation, which will be in like 2 months because we have Lyrith coming up and then he'll be after her for TOA hard. So once I get my rune quality improved, then it should be easier. So that's kind of what I'm working on. And I did have to switch my Hua to speed HP. I will have all of my runes in a photo album in the description as always. So yeah, I had to do that because it just kind of worked out better. I wish she could have done some more damage, but that was okay because I needed her to live, most importantly to be an attack bar pusher backer. She's on that duty, that's her job. And then I probably could have also attacked the boss with my Verd a little bit, but my Verd was like taking so much damage from the boss because he hits him twice every time, so I ended up just kind of sticking to hitting the crystal with Verd. I could have, like I said, I could have maybe hit the boss a couple times, but I was like getting too nervous and I'm like, let's just hit the crystal, even though I probably could have because I was healing anyways. I was also using my Bella's heal when I didn't need to, just to get the attack bar increase. That kind of helped with keeping up with my attack bar pushbacks on the boss. So that was another thing that you'll kind of see me doing if I don't even need to heal really. So yes, that's pretty much all I had to say. So I guess I'll kind of think about some other stuff that I could maybe mention. I forgot if I talked about this, but I was talking to one of my friends, aka the elder priest of my guild, and he was telling me, I think I already talked about this, about the non-manly strategy of using Brienne and then spending like an hour on this boss. Well, my Brienne doesn't have the best runes and I just got him, so I don't have like a lot of experience, and he also doesn't have skill ups, so that's kind of why I didn't choose to use him, but I know that that strategy is out there and it's viable. So if I could auto this boss, I probably would have, even if it took like an hour. I'd probably just like auto it then do something else instead of manualing, and well, I don't know, actually I'd probably manual if it took as quickly, or if it took as long as my manual run did, which wasn't really that long. 18 minutes total. That's not that bad. So yeah, I kind of just worked on keeping the right crystal under control and the boss under control, and that was pretty much it. I want to show you guys the whole video because I feel like if I didn't, then that'd be kind of like a ripoff, especially because it's my first clear. So I'll just chill out with you guys and we'll watch this, and then I'll kind of start paying attention more to what's going on. And I was using Hua's second skill when it was up because it does slightly more damage than her first, and then you'll see me using Bella's C's because it does more damage than her auto attack. So all those small things that you can do to just make the higher percentage play, I would definitely recommend. And I decided not to go for the crystals at all because I didn't really feel like I needed to do that. And also, the elder priest was telling me that you can let the crystal move a couple of times. Like, the crystal will die, I believe, in like 2 or 3 hits. It might be 3. So he was saying how you can actually let the boss move, like if you can kind of time it right. You can let the crystal, like you can let the actual crystal move, because the right crystal will increase the boss's attack bar. So if you time it right, you can let the crystal move, and then the crystal will kill itself, and then if that crystal is dotted up enough, it will die. Right there I had to make a tough decision. Do I save my heal or do I use it for my attack bar? I decided to use it for my attack bar, so we'll see how that plays out for me. So you can actually let the right crystal die if you can survive. The elder priest was saying how the boss will pretty much hit you for like 22k or so. Maybe it's like 24k, I can't remember. But if all your units have more HP than that, you can definitely consider going for that crystal strategy and actually letting the crystal die. I personally will probably do that if I can. If I can tank the hits, I will do that, because it'll just make the run faster if you don't have to worry about resetting both of their attack bars. You can just worry about keeping the boss's attack bar down, which won't be hard because you only have one thing to focus on. Slowly but surely, we will pass this floor. What else? I don't know. Once again, I will be popping that legendary tomorrow. I told the elder priest it's going to be a Praha because he told me how he needs a Praha real badly. So I said, oh yeah, my scroll's a Praha, so we'll see. We'll just have to open it. I think in 2 months I'll probably just switch my runes over. So for my Hua's runes, I took some runes off of my other monsters to make her Violent Revenge, Speed HP HP. So I'll probably just do the same thing and then take them off of other monsters. Oh geez, that was crazy. That grayness. Pixelated. Because I don't really think it's worth it to have a technical offset for Hua that is in storage until I need it. That'd be kind of weird. So yeah, I'll probably just do the same thing that I did and take runes from other monsters to get Hua where she needs to be for beating this level. And then of course keep tuned in to my videos and my channel, because we will have to see, only time will tell. Will this boss be easier in 2 months? Only time will tell. I think yes, if I just farm more runes, which I need to get on. I have like 1,500 crystals that I am going to spend. I only have like, how many days do I have? I think it's like 14 now, maybe 13 until TOA resets. So I'm gonna work on getting rid of all of those crystals and the ones that I get from like Arena and stuff. So I'm gonna try to get rid of all of those before the next rotation. And I actually am working on Giants right now because I think that working on Giants will be better for Lyrith. Maybe I can get my Sig's runes improved a little bit. Then I'm also kind of looking at Arena right now. So since I passed TOA hard for the first time, and I'm looking to continue passing it, I think it'll get easier, but we'll have to see. I'm looking at improving some of my Arena units because that's kind of what I feel like I should do next, because all that's really left is R5, Arena, and what else? World Boss kind of, but that's not even really like a thing. I mean, I don't think I'm going to really focus heavily on World Boss, so there's not really that much left to do. I can already do R4. I'm not going to do it though, because that makes no sense to upgrade bad runes and to grind them. So not that much left, so I kind of feel like I need to work on Arena a little bit, so we will see. If you guys are curious as to what I decide to do, I make a weekly video called Path to Decency, and I pretty much talk about what I did that week and what I'm kind of thinking about doing in the future. Here's another tough decision. My Hua's kind of low. What do I do? Do I heal? Do I boost my attack bar? Do I boost my attack bar but not heal her? So I decided to hold on to it. So yeah, I was just talking about Path to Decency, where I just kind of talk about stuff that I can improve. And I'm also kind of thinking about, I'm not sure what I'm going to summon for next, because I pretty much got everything that I wanted for PvE monsters. The monsters that I got with summoning stones were Vertihile, Chasun, Hua, and Briand. So after that, I'm not really sure what else there is for PvE. The only 2 things I can think of are the Water Taoist and the Wind Taoist. I think those 2 monsters would be really good for this final floor. So I'm still considering, do I want those or should I save up for PvP monsters? So for PvP monsters, the ones that come to mind are Double Lucian, which can also be used in PvE, but the thing is, I wouldn't have any skill ups for them, and Lucians with no skill ups are like no bueno, so I don't know if I'd do that. It doesn't seem like the best choice to go for Lucians if I have no skill ups for them. And then Orion's another one who I'm kind of thinking about. What other PvP monsters are there? Chloe, but I don't really feel like I need one. So I'm saving my summoning stones, but I'm prioritizing Ifrits now because I still don't have a Tessarian or a Mir. I've only summoned 2 Ifrits so far, and they were both Theomarses, because I was buying summoning stones from the guild shop for such a long time, so I didn't have enough guild points to buy 2 Ifrit pieces per week and also all 3 stacks of the summoning stones. So my strategy was to go for those summoning stones every week so I could summon the PvE monsters that I needed, because I felt like those monsters would be like really helpful to me, the monsters that I mentioned, and they turned out to be quite helpful. So That's kind of what I'm doing now. I think Amir would be like really, really good for AO, so I'm hoping that he might be the next one. Who knows? I still wanted Tessarian too, though. So we're getting close to the end here and the end of my rant. If we can just hurry up on this boss, it shouldn't take that much longer once my Spectra's, yeah, here we go. It's real close. So yay, it'll be over. And then look out for the summon. I'm sorry I don't have it right now, but I kind of want to do it in Path of Decency. That's what I did last time on my first TOA normal clear. So on my first TOA normal clear, I did it on my summon on Path of Decency, and I got my Vela Jewel. So that was super awesome. So we'll see. What could it be? It's a Braha. That's what my money's on. So this is almost finished. So once again, check out Silowengi's video for the first 2 waves if you guys do want to use this team. And I pretty much just went with the attack bar manipulation strategy, and there are other viable strategies though. Yay, we did it! I think I might actually check chat here in a second. Yay! So, oh, pause. So there it is. You guys can't even see my name. Let me move this. Okay, there we go. Yay, we did it. First time ever, TOA hard. Yes! So, I think that's about it. Keep a lookout for me because I will continue to progress and work on other aspects of the game because this one is almost nearly conquered, pretty much. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will catch you guys later.